Hello everybody, this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and today we are going to talk about rub-ons and how they can be a planner quick tip for you. Now please don't turn the video off. I know that some of you really don't like rub-ons. I also know that I haven't seen them as much in the stores. They're probably still there. I haven't really looked for them, but I don't know that they are as popular as what they were maybe a couple years ago. But I would dare say that if you go back into your stash, you're going to find some. That's exactly what happened to me. I was looking for some nice, fun spring things to make, and I realized that I had a lot of spring type rub-ons. Now, I personally like rub-ons. I always have. But I know that not everyone does because they can be sometimes challenging to work with. So I'm hoping that you will see that you can not only use them for your planners, but you can use them for other things quite well, and I hope you will be inspired to use them. Now the first part of that tip is check out, like I said, you probably have some in your stash, and some of them are probably older and may have lost some of their they're probably still quite sticky, but they may not be sticking correctly to the sheets. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you look at a rub-on such as this one that I have here, most of your rub-ons have almost a frosted or a clear coating on the front. This is the side you're going to rub, and then on the back there's a paper like this, and that's just to keep, because the stickiness or the tackiness is on the back side of this, and that's what's going to be rubbed to the page. One of mine that I pulled out was an older set, and it was a set I really love, and like I said, I just forgot I had these, and when I put it down, pieces kind of got off onto other parts of my planner, and I didn't love that. Now, part of that you can save yourself by my second tip. So your first tip is make sure that they're still in good shape, and if they're not, get rid of them or be really careful with them at a minimum. My second tip, and this is the part that may save you, and I've even got rub-on stuck to my finger because of that bad sheet. But my second tip is before you place your image on your page, and cut it apart from the rest. You can see this one came from down here, right there. And I cut it apart because even if one of those is bad, when I put it down, it's not going to be stuck to my page. The other thing is it's also, sometimes it's as close as they are, it's really easy to slip while you're rubbing it on, and then you have part of an image. So those are my first two tips. So now that I've chosen it, whoops, good thing that one's not super sticky. I'm going to peel off my backing or just kind of release it, and then we are going to rub it on. Now I think I'm going to put this one back around, we'll just kind of put that in the middle of the 6th of March. And the nice thing about these is you can see right pretty much where you're placing them. So then the next part that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a popsicle stick, and I'm going to start rubbing. Now I'm going to start from the inside working out. I don't know if there's a hard and fast rule that you should do it that way. That's just how, it's just one way to do it. But some brands are a little bit more challenging than others. The brand that I had that was stuck, that the integrity of the rub-ons themselves failed, they came off pretty easily. And you could really see, because they were, you could really see when it was to the consistency that it was probably done rubbing. This particular brand, it's a lot more difficult. So it's kind of trial and error. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to rub, and you're going to use quite a bit of pressure on there. And sometimes you can see it kind of, when it's released, the color's a little bit different than what you're seeing come through. So that is one way to check. And you can see, I doubt if the camera picks it up, but I can tell when I'm looking at this that some of this has released and other parts of it hasn't. So the parts that I think that haven't released, I'll go back over and continue to rub really well. Now this last petal, seems like I haven't spent as much time rubbing it. I'm kind of going in a circular motion. And I'm applying quite a bit of pressure. Now comes the tricky part, and this I think is probably the part that discourages people from using them. release, when you lift your paper up, be very careful and do it very slowly. This one came off beautifully because it was all done releasing. Like these leaves coming down that I put on, they will tear right off if half the image is released and the other half is still attached to the paper. So you have to go really slow so that you can stop and lay it back down and rub over the top of it again if it's not completely done. Then you can also very gently, you don't want to mess up your image, but you could go over the top just to make sure it's down. But usually if it's released from the paper, it's going to be pretty down. You can just kind of rub it there too. So see, super easy. You could see right where you were putting that and you were good to go. I have found that I have really enjoyed doing the rub-ons for this month because they are so whimsical and spring-like, and I have actually done them throughout the month on other pages as well, and I'm not going to go into that right now, but I hope that you're inspired to pull out your rub-ons. If you have them, go rooting through your stash. Get those things out and use them. They're great for planners. So thanks so much for stopping by today, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.